Anti derivative kill.
You know, I really wish they'd let us play music up here. Make these long trips go by a lot faster.
It's against regulations.
Yeah, I never understood that.
They just don't want us having a dance party when a proximity alert goes off.
See, that's a dumb reason. Because we'd already be on our feet, ready for action.
Can I offer you some tea?
Would you make me some of that Plomeek soup?
Good tea. Nice house.
Hello and welcome to the 41st Plomeek Tea Time. But this one might as well be a short leave because the only thing that makes it a tea time is that I watched a UFO episode. Usually I have a whole bunch of stuff prepared and everything, but we just watched UFO and then we're going to talk about whatever.
And this is, okay, so I've seen 2.5 episodes of UFO, and this is the second full episode I've seen of UFO, and both of the full episodes that I've seen delve deeply into that Straker.
But that is so weird that the two episodes you watched this is the prequel to the first episode that you saw about his son tragically passing away from getting run over by a car. And then we get to see before how Straker and Mary got married and how that marriage fell apart before it even began. Because Straker thought he was able to just be a part of the military, and
he was lied to.
Yeah, he was lied to. He was given every reason to believe that he was able to go off and have a life.
It's kind of a weird paradigm, because what is the first guy's name is Henderson, I think.
General Henderson.
General Henderson says that's what this job needs, an understanding wife. And it's like, I don't know what he's saying. I think he's actually being rather, oh, you're married? This is awful. But they recruit him. Anyway, we'll get there when we get there, because this is all in the UFO.
You can talk about whatever part of the episode you want. Please don't.
Well, in terms of
restrain yourself to the slides.
In terms of the structure of the episode, it is Ed Straker coming to work at Shadow just as he would any other day.
It's present day.
And
until it just becomes a whole entire flashback scene. The whole episode is an entire flashback, and the end result of this is that for some reason, whatever version of UFO that I have, since this is a flashback episode, a prequel to Shadow even existing, someone decided it would be a great idea to just cut off the theme song that we normally get.
Well, and rightly so, in my opinion. But can we? Ed is triggered by the lighting of a cigar as to a celebration, which we understand is from the birth of a coworker, a subordinate, had a son, and it was a cesarean section, which becomes important later. But we get to
yes, that's the same way his son was born, definitely.
Yeah, for very, very violent reasons. So we do flash back. This is the story leading up to the marriage of Ed and Mary. This episode, what is this called? It's called Confetti Check A-OK.
Which, when I first read it, I was like, what the fuck does this mean? This is stupid. And then I saw it, and then I realized what it was.
I was so happy when they said the title of the episode. And anyway, so I would like to call this. I would like to call this episode "Mary, Mary, Why You Buggin'?"
Because she doesn't know what Straker's up to, and he can't tell her, and so she just thinks, oh, it's an affair, and then
not yet.
Well, yeah, no, that's the end of the episode. Who cares?
It's the whole thing. So they get married. Ed can't. Yeah, UFO. You can't. Yeah, can. So
and in order to make Ed look younger, his hair is different.
Yeah, of course. Well, he's much more regimental, if you will. He has a he looks distinctly like an officer of some military or another.
Hello in the chat to Tiki of Doom. I know this is an odd hour. I usually start an hour and a half ago, but life happened, and then my mom called, and we talked for a million years. But eventually I made it here.
Hey, Tiki.
Hello to Susan Dolan.
Ahoy.
And I've got your Mouser Brigade in my list of channels, so the StreamYard should roll it out every once in a while. And hello to Donnie Pearson. He says, hello, Jill, and all. Hope everyone is well, despite the breaking news that Paramount has canceled 4 of its original shows, including Star Trek Prodigy.
It's one of 2.
One ride. But no Trek is perfect, not even in name only Trek.
See, I'm still very curious, and this is actually bolstering.
Well, nothing is perfect.
It's a horrible thing to say, but now that there is a finite amount of Star Trek Prodigy, I am even leaning more towards watching it. I am so curious about Star Trek Prodigy, and I haven't watched
that's
it yet.
the most unfortunate of it, of the all the. Even though I do believe it's Star Trek in name only, it's the most unfortunate of all to be gone, because it's the one that's furthest away from Kurtzman as possible, because it's being created by Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
And so I think it had the most potential to eventually become Star Trek once they broke away from whatever weird kitty-like plot line they had at the beginning. And I think at some point they started to realize what Star Trek is. And I don't know, this is just my fantasy of what the creators of that show are doing, but I don't know what they're doing because I haven't watched the show.
I know.
But I don't know. Oh, well, I guess we'll never know now. It's over.
What are the other shows that were canceled by the people who make
I don't know. But that
Paramount Plus
I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of excited. I hope one of them's Strange New Worlds. Let's see.
I don't know. I think Strange New Worlds will end. Discovery was canceled, and I'm sure that they did.
Yeah, Discovery was canceled 2 years ago when they had the auction for all of the stuff.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't care for that new Trek. Like, it's so vanilla pudding. It's
not only have
like
they canceled,
mayonnaise.
but
Who
my
puts
god,
mayonnaise.
Donnie, mayonnaise.
It's just
What's
such
mayonnaise?
a new Trek.
Oh yeah.
I don't like
mayonnaise on my.
On what? What do you put mayonnaise on?
Sandwiches.
What sandwiches?
My turkey
Turkey
cheese,
sandwiches and
lettuce,
mayonnaise.
tomato.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. But that's like special occasion. How often do you have turkey sandwiches?
Like every day. I make them every day.
Turkey sandwiches every day? Can you adopt me?
Yeah. You're a little
Just make
far.
me turkey sandwiches. Then send them in the mail.
I don't think they'll last very long.
We'll put them in a cooler.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It'll only take 2 weeks. It'll be fine. Mayonnaise and turkey in a hot cooler. It'll be fine. Anyway.
I forgot your parents don't believe in sandwiches, so you've been deprived.
They don't believe. They don't respect it.
But Donnie just gave me some really great news that Paramount is not only canceling 4 shows, but they're going to be removed from streaming entirely. Wow, that's exciting.
That's weird.
Ahead of a merger?
Huh.
A merger?
Very interesting.
With what?
Who's merging?
I don't know.
Sounds like Donnie Pearson needs to come on and explain. We need a correspondent. This is all brand spanking news.
None of this, what I'm reading, makes any sense. Get out of here, advertisement.
Fair enough. Swat it.
No, see, I have my ad blocker on, but then the news websites say you can't read my news unless you let me have the ads. And so then I have to put the ad on anyway.
Huh.
Nope. There's no information here.
Well, when new information comes in, we'll be sure to comment on it.
Oh, there was only one Star Trek series that was canceled. The other things that were canceled have nothing to do with Star Trek.
Do you know what the other ones were, though? Paramount Plus
says
is also...
The Wrap. I don't know what it is.
Nope.
Grease. Rise of the Pink Ladies. I didn't even know that was a thing. That sounds
That
silly.
makes sense. That makes sense that was...
Then something called The Game, which is the most generic title. Like, if I called my show The Show.
Well, I'm sure it's very meta. But, like, there was a David Fincher. There was a David Fincher movie called The Game.
Or The Movie. Queen of the Universe, also. Whatever that is. I don't know what any of that stuff is.
And Star Trek Prodigy.
Okay, and then it says that Paramount Plus plans to merge with Showtime. That's all we know. That's all I know.
And knowing is half the battle. And you're up to date on what we know.
Well,
Showtime.
unfortunately,
What
I
does
don't know.
Showtime
I thought
produce?
Donnie meant that we were going to cancel 4 Star Trek shows, and so I was getting extremely excited.
Oh,
it was just one.
You just want to absolutely cut them down.
Yeah, that would have been so good.
Wouldn't it?
Oh, wow.
How many are there? 4 shows?
Mark Harkness. Yeah, there are at least.
No,
STD. Well, we already knew about STD. That's already canceled. But I was just.
And the
like,
Section
whatever.
31 movie is coming.
Michelle Yeoh is going to do it for a TV movie that's only going to be on streaming.
That's right.
You think she really wants to do that? She's a really big star now.
I think. What do you mean now? Michelle Yeoh has been a big star since the 90s.
I know, but
she recently won an Oscar. You're absolutely correct, for Everything Everywhere All at Once. But she was in a James Bond movie, for the love of Pete. So, okay. But I think it was something that she was just a part of before she won the Oscar. I think they announced it and they said that, okay. And they may have been doing a series and she was like, no, I don't want to do a series anymore because, Oscar. So they made it into a TV movie. Good for them. You know what? That's one of those movies that I have no interest in seeing. I do not want to see the Section 31 television event on Paramount Plus.
No, I don't either. I like that.
Someone else tell me about that.
The fun part about that is it started off as it was going to be an entire TV series, and then it turned into a mini series.
Thank heavens.
And now it's gone all the way down to a TV movie. And my real hope is that it becomes a Star Trek short of like 30 minutes.
No, it'll be like 90. It'll be 90 minutes.
And then or then it's just a trailer and then it never gets made.
Oh, anyway. Kind of like that there was a Star Wars movie. Patty Jenkins was like on the tarmac of some aircraft carrier and she was going into an X-Wing. She put on the flight suit and everything and it was like, coming soon, Rogue Squadron. And they never made that Star Wars movie. Something like that. Or I used to subscribe to Nintendo Power and they kept advertising this new Super Mario 64 sequel that was going to have Mario in that raccoon suit. What is that called? The Tezuki suit or something? And that never came out. But those pictures got me excited. Mark Harkness says, sorry to be late. And you're not late. Pregnant, Mark Harkness.
I am an hour and 30 minutes late, so you're not late.
Anti-derivative Jill does not show up early or late. Anti-derivative Jill shows up exactly when she wants to.
Well, people say that, but I'm not a wizard. I'm more of a hobbit. And hello to Lord Thought.
All right.
What?
You are short.
You thought what? I am short.
You've convinced me.
I know. Joe's Atmosphere says, what up, folks? And Anonymous says, hey.
Off.
And Anonymous also says, the game, Greaser, Rise of the Pink Ladies. Oh, okay, the list of things that Paramount is cutting. Yeah, I don't know why my dreams did not come true. Mark Harkness says Prodigy was the closest to real Trek because it was these young people to find a Federation ship to use to chase the dream of what Starfleet and the Federation stands for. Yes, that's kind of what I hear and kind of...
That's what I heard.
So, essentially, the new Trek, Star Trek in name only, that I hated the existence of the least is what got canceled. So that's unfortunate, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was also the furthest away from Kurtzman.
Euler
well.
Greg.
Euler Greg, Discovery wasn't Star Trek, it was a mockery of Trek. Agreed. Completely.
Yep.
And Donnie Pearson says, although I thought Rise of the Pink Ladies was an okay show for me, though I've only seen its first 2 episodes.
Well,
I don't know. I've only ever seen the movie.
I think a Grease show would have to live and die on its music, and so it sounds like a musical television show. And I don't know if, for lack of a better term, modern audiences are into a Grease TV show. I don't know.
Euler Greg says, why do aliens always attack England? I don't know. Maybe they have the best organs because these aliens want your organs and they want to mutilate you to take them.
I have seen no proof of this.
It happens.
I've heard, but I have not.
That is the threat.
All right.
Donnie Pearson says, well, not all TV shows and movies that are produced in the UK are set in the UK. Not even Full Metal Jacket.
Star Wars took place in a galaxy far, far away. And it was filmed at Elstree Studios in England. From what I
Euler Greg says that the aliens like the British food.
Chip butties. Have you ever had a French fry sandwich, Joe?
Whiz off, try it. You must. What kind of sandwich?
French fry.
French fries in my sandwich? No.
Yeah, no. That is the sandwich. So it's 2 pieces of bread, and then you put French fries in between the 2 pieces of bread.
So bread with potato?
Yes, it's a potato sandwich. Yes.
Potato.
Deep fried potato sandwich. Have you ever had one of those?
No.
It's called a chip butty, if you ever find yourself in England.
Okay. Fun, I guess.
I guess. I don't know what you dip it in.
I imagine, I don't know, maybe chili?
In England? You think England makes good
Well, I
chili?
mean, because I'm Texan, I want chili. Okay. I don't know. Don't ask me about British food. I have no fucking clue.
They like gravy. Do you like gravy?
Yeah, gravy's cool.
Okay. Then we're back in agreement.
Makes sense.
Nice.
At this point, they're still being cute.
They are. They're newlyweds. The entire reason they pulled over was to take the cans and shoes off of their bumper.
Yeah, because Alec put him
there.
there. Yeah, he's a clown.
Best friends before even the creation of Shadow.
Yeah, nobody put cans on my car.
You wanted them?
Well, it's kind of no. I don't want them. They seem like a burden, but.
Oh my! We have a question from Steve Gates in the chat.
It seems like a mild prank that you pull on newlyweds that didn't happen to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, see, there it is, Susan Dolan. There's your link to your Mouse Brigade. So if you guys want to check out her videos about her kitty cats, there's some pleasant. You need to step away from the real world and just watch some kitties play. There you go. Teatime says, "Consider us forewarned, Scotty." And Steve Gates says, "What's with the disgusting thumbnail? Are you sick?" Whoa. Okay. I'm sorry, Steve Gates. It's the thumbnail is of the baby that this couple from UFO are going to have, and Stryker. I didn't know babies are disgusting, Scotty.
I don't know, because this is an interesting couple of episodes. First things first, it's a fugly baby, but like, sorry. Like, I don't, they're newborn babies. And this is obviously not a newborn baby. It's a stunt baby.
No, they never put actual newborns in there.
Right.
But I've never been told that a baby is disgusting before.
Well, they're kind
even
of
if they're
chubby,
ugly.
They're a little bloated. And so, but I think that.
Oh, right. Actual newborns are even uglier.
I bet.
Because they're squished.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Apparently, it's a tight fit to get out. So anyway, In terms of this episode, Are You Sick? I don't think it's sick. I think that this is a really defining couple of episodes. Is it sick to see the newborn son of Straker, for lack of a better term, because I don't know his name? And then
Oh yeah, I forgot his name too. I mean,
and he dies later.
Yeah, he died.
So
Yeah, he dies later, which we see first.
This is a doomed baby.
Mhm.
We know the baby is doomed. And so
Right.
if you do think it's sick because of the narrative structure of UFO, I understand we're not trying to be sick. It's trying to be poignant. And
I just
this is
never
a
heard
very-
anybody say that. I mean, I do.
No, babies
appreciate
are
that you
fugly.
hear
It's
Steve,
fine. It's fine.
but babies are disgusting.
They're
Noted.
gross. Are you sick?
Oh yeah, I could imagine Steve right now. Babies are disgusting. I'm glad I never was one.
Every time I see a baby, I always want to give them a cigar so they turn into Baby Herman from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Everyone who I've met with a baby doesn't like me.
Well, oh right, because cigars.
I'm giving them cigars. Yeah, no, you don't want to do that. They're susceptible to suckling, so it's the perfect time.
Right, they're gonna start eating the nicotine. Don't do that.
Oh yeah, no, totes. When did your baby start smoking? 3 months. It was a Havana.
Well, see, this is a weird UFO episode because it's about the leader of the UFO episode, but this is before he becomes that leader. This is when he gets married, and his marriage falls apart even before it begins because Shadow decides to recruit him to become the leader of the organization.
The United Nations unanimously nominates him.
Yes, because I think there was a question on one of the previous episodes, Court Martial, about how legitimate Shadow is. And so this episode, we see that it is legitimate, that the entire world has agreed that this is a necessary service.
Well, the government agencies at the time of its inception agreed. I wouldn't necessarily say that they've been informed of anything, considering Mary doesn't get any information. So I'm wondering if Shadow is somewhat autonomous based on the ruling of one UN committee meeting. I still maintain that Shadow is Section 31.
It's a secret organization for sure, no doubt, but it's not Section 31. It's more like CIA. Hello to Lemon Pie.
Oh, they even say in this episode, it makes CIA look like a bunch of Boy Scouts or.
I think that's where I get it from. Hello to Dalek 451 and Oiler Greg.
Hey,
you should hear his band, Fugly and the
Fugnuts.
The Fugnuts. Oh, the little baby.
It's a baby band.
I didn't even notice that the baby was ugly because I just have I don't mind seeing babies, so I didn't know that anybody would be offended by one.
I don't know. I was trying to make light of the situation.
I know, but I just like Susan Dolan says, thank you for the shout out, but I have to leave early to take some kitties to the local no-kill shelter. We'll try to catch the show later. But thank you, Susan Dolan, for stopping by. And it's great to hear you.
Bless you on rescuing kitties.
Definitely. Thank you for your service, your dedication, and volunteer work. Teatime says, are you familiar with the dairy continuum? Ranging from... he's going to continue this comment.
Yogurt? Is there going to be yogurt in this?
I don't know, but Oiler Greg says, you missed my sandwich comment.
Oiler Greg, I did not know that you were an Earl. Because there's an Earl of Sandwich.
There was a sandwich comment? I'm scrolling up, and I do not see anything about a sandwich here.
Either way, it's lovely to see Mary having a sherry and Straker having I don't know what. I'm assuming it's a rum and coke. I enjoy his style, and once again, UFO does the most impressive part by making me go, these are really good looking people. They're dressed the way that I want to be dressed. I love ties. I love suits. Tan suits, beige. Looks like summertime. They're going to Greece. They're going on their honeymoon. And then, who I assumed when I first saw him was Goldfinger from the movie Goldfinger, is saying, Ed Stryker, I'm sorry to take you away from your marriage. How is Mary doing? Mary's fine. Well, thank heavens for that. Because
she's fine. She just had her honeymoon canceled. Instead of going to Athens, Greece, and having fun, she's got to go home. She's totally fine.
There was going to be naked wrestling in Greece. Anyway, you can't go on your honeymoon for Grecian lovemaking. You have to go to an UN board meeting. I didn't... For some reason, I recognize the guy at the head of the table. But everyone is asking him questions and deciding
whether or not the extraterrestrial threat is serious enough to warrant the allocation of all the funds and resources and everything required to...
Like, it's a 10-year plan with a lot of money. This is the largest... they use an interesting word, and I forget what it is. But the largest disposable amount of money in the history of anybody who's ever asked for money. We're going to create a military organization, and there are extraterrestrials that are outside of our solar system, and they are making aggressive movements.
And apparently they've already done things.
Apparently, I haven't seen them. And so that's
Dude, that's the implication, that the UFOs have arrived and they have started. The reason why they get away with it is because they only come in ones and twos, and they very sneakily come and take people's organs. And so that's why Shadow needs to be formed to stop this.
And when pressed with the defeat of this meeting, because it does seem like Ed Stryker is gonna, he hasn't made his case. He turns to the French ambassador and says, from what I understand, you have 3 daughters. Well, I hope you don't see their mangled bodies at your feet after you fail to protect them from this extraterrestrial threat. And I'm just like, wow, you literally either guilted or threatened and said, if you do not take care of this, your daughters will die. That's what I'm offering you here. And I was like, wow, that is intense. So Stryker goes back to his boss and says, well, apparently the French representative was very taken by your speech. And it's like, no crap, pal. Stryker threatened his children in a roundabout way. Gorilla's random thought says you're late.
Well, he didn't threaten his... Well, he...
Did.
He warned him of the threat that could befall his children if Shadow is not formed.
Right. I understand you have 3 daughters. They'll die if this organization is not made.
Yeah, it was more like that. Yes.
It sounds like an evil, corrupt bureaucrat. It's like, you want them on your shores. Like, this isn't...
but that's exactly what would happen, though, without Shadow. You don't set up the moon base to track the UFOs. The UFOs are going to come and take your organs. If you're okay with that, then let's not form Shadow.
I'm glad that you understand, Dr. Bashir. Oh, man, you sound like Sloan.
What? Okay, fine. If you're okay with aliens coming to take your organs, then you can go ahead and volunteer for that. Then they'll be happy to have you.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Section 31. Alec is one of the first people who is recruited to Shadow, which is fantastic. And Mary has taken up knitting.
Oh, right. Is she knitting? I think she's reading. She's reading. She does knit later.
She does knit later. She is reading. And this is when Mary initially says, I would like to see my husband. I thought that we were building something.
Because they're working on building the Shadow headquarters, and it's taking all hours of the night to get to it. So he's coming home way past bedtime.
Mm-hmm.
And she stays up to see him. She's not very happy with not ever getting to see him.
I just don't understand, because Ed was obviously part of the military before they got married. She knew all about his job. Right?
Yeah, she knew he was in the military. And she said it was part of the appeal.
Fatal attraction, I believe she called it.
Yeah.
But this is also like their relationship. He's obviously been given top secret classification, right?
Yeah.
And she would be aware that there are things that Ed cannot tell her.
Yes, but I guess this has never been a problem before in their relationship, and this is coming out of nowhere, and so there's a lot more of this than there was before.
Well, here are the two problems. Longer hours for Ed and the secrecy. Exactly.
He can't tell her a thing. It's like being a superhero a bit.
Or having top secret clearance in, in any nation intelligence, national intelligence. This is international intelligence. This is an international body.
Right, and he can't tell her anything. It must all be secret.
But she has to be aware of his top secret clearance before he became involved with aliens. Just the clearance.
Yeah, right. You're
details.
Absolutely right. Because she knows that he's a colonel in the military intelligence, so there's already things that she can't know.
Exactly. But she acts in this episode as if it's like, why don't you tell anything to me, Ed? And it's like,
can't you break the rules just this one time? I'm your wife. Tell me what's going on.
Oh, can I tell you a non sequitur story?
Uh-huh. Sure.
Okay. So I found out about this policeman who worked at a prison, and he smuggled a cell phone into the prison, which is it's a felony. And I was thinking about that in this case, giving Mary the information, like the way Alec clears it up, because Ed is like, please, I gotta tell her, just so she understands who I am and why I'm away. She has to know the importance. And Alec is like, you can't. She'll be in danger. The secrets will be in danger. Her family will be in danger. Like, it would risk everything. She needs to be completely in the dark. And it's like, well, what happens if I break that rule? Then you are a traitor, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Agreed?
And her life would be in danger if she knew too much.
So I have an idea. Let's have a baby. Now that we have one person in danger who I have to keep in the dark and gaslight, even though I'm living a secret life.
The conception, I think the idea was that the conception occurred well before he knew that he was going to have to lead Shadow. Because remember when they kicked the champagne into the other room that they got for free? This was before the UN meeting, and I think that's where it happened.
That's when the wedding happened?
No, that's when the baby happened.
Oh, no. They talk about it later, because there is even a moment where they say, like, they show a difference of time. I think it's in the future. Their love is on the rocks, and they've always planned on having children. And I think it's the night on the town where it's like, oh, Mary, you know I don't drink. And then he chugs the drink. They talk.
Well, that's where he finds out about the baby.
No, that's when they have sex with the baby. That's when conception happens. That's a sex scene in UFO. What year was this television show made? That was the love scene.
Oh, I thought that was the scene where she finds out she's pregnant.
No, because that was the confetti.
I was wondering why she was drinking. I was like, hey, you're pregnant. Why are you drinking?
Well, because it's in England and everyone needs to, have a certain level of libation to get the coitus rolling. So,
because she just said it's an occasion.
Yeah, because it's an occasion because they were going to paint the town red. Ed had promised that they were going to have an evening to themselves, and they decide to engage in, the horizontal mambo.
I don't know if I agree with you.
Well, I'd have to revisit it. Let's watch this incredibly engaging television show one more time. We can do an audio commentary for it.
No, I don't think that the episode is very clear about this. I thought it happened on their I thought it happened on their wedding night.
Well, okay. No, I don't think so. I think they planned for the child, and I don't think Ed Straker does anything with
No,
that,
I don't think that I don't think that he would have done that after finding out he's in shadow and he doesn't have any time for his family.
I think he did it when he was in shadow and he had no time for his family. I think that's what
I think it happened before.
Okay.
But we can disagree.
No, but we can take another look.
No, there's no indication in the episode for sure.
I'll take another look.
It doesn't.
I can't believe we're talking about the fidelity of the birth of Ed Straker and Mary, the Straker child. Meanwhile, walking through a sprinkler.
Yeah, because the next thing that happens with Mary is that she gets a call from her mom and that she went to the doctor and that the baby would be born in April. So what date do they get married is the question.
I don't know. What time of year is it nice in Greece? I don't know. We can take a look at the timeline again.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Let's check out the chat.
No.
If that's okay. I don't know. Do you want
The wedding itself takes place in the warm months.
Okay. How can you tell?
It says that in this episode. I don't know what that means. Warm for what? That doesn't tell me anything because I don't know.
Summertime.
British level weather.
Summertime.
Summertime wouldn't make sense for April, would it? Unless it's
Are
the
you
end
working
of summer.
out 9 months from?
Yes.
Okay. So. Okay. It's not a mathematic problem. We can go back and look at the narrative.
Yeah. Well, I can work backwards from 9 months, but I can't tell when they got married. I don't know the wedding date.
I'll
look it up later.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
But the problem here is that he's going to have a meeting at this lady's house.
Is she in later episodes?
I've never seen her before, but she's she works for Shadow, and they're all having a meeting here. I don't know why they're having a meeting at her apartment instead of at Shadow headquarters. I have no clue what's going on.
I was kind of hoping that that lady was going to be sort of one of the higher ups at Shadow. I was kind of hoping.
Anyway.
All right.
Oh, no, I don't know who she is. But anyway, this guy is...
Are there any other people in the staff of Shadow who show up at the small meeting that they have?
Yes. The entire crew is there.
And those are regular actors who are on this show consistently?
I don't know. I think I recognize some of the people who are at the headquarters.
Okay.
But there's a private investigator hired by Mary's mother to see what Ed is really up to. And all that he sees is that Ed goes into a apartment with a beautiful lady. And I guess he doesn't notice all the other 20 people entering the house.
It's a swingers party, Mary. I don't know what.
Yeah, right. It's a big orgy, apparently.
Yeah.
But no,
you wouldn't believe the way they're dressed. But yeah, and It's very. I thought that this was sort of a story not only of Mary's and Ed's marriage. I thought that this was also going to be a story of getting the band together. This was like a prequel. This is the way that Shadow was collected, and we don't see any. I was hoping that there would be other characters.
This was more about Ed's marriage falling apart than it was about the creation of Shadow.
Well, they both happened at the same time.
And so Mary's had enough of this shit. She's gonna leave him.
And she's pregnant right now, right?
Yeah, and she's pregnant, and so she's trying to get down, and he fucks up. He hits her a bit.
I thought
she falls down the stairs. Yeah, she did faint. He didn't throw her down the stairs or anything. She fell on her own.
Oh my!
But it's not good.
Gap After Dark has a message.
All right.
Just if you want to check the starred messages.
Okay. Gap After Dark says, Jill, did you see Pop Culture Curator's post? I just read it. No, I didn't. I can go and check it now. All right.
It's on it.
Obviously, I can't read private messages on this channel. I don't, but I will read it when I get a chance.
I'm just concerned about pop culture is all.
I am too.
So anyway, the ice cream truck. Is this an ice cream truck?
Yeah. I
wanted to say hi to.
Okay, so I'm reading a thing now. You can read a bit of the chat.
Will do. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, you're late. Nah, we're fine. Euler Greg says, Scotty is a sandwich expert, but he doesn't eat sandwiches. Error, illogical. Norman, coordinate. Where did I put it? Come on, it's around here somewhere. Oh, I know. This should work easier. It's about the sandwiches.
Okay. Yeah, I can't read this. This is not my information to share.
Okay.
He shared it in the group. So thank you, Gap After Dark, for directing me to that. But I'm incapable of doing anything about that. It is unfortunate.
I am not programmed to respond in that area.
Basically. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be glib about it, but I don't know what to do.
It's a private thing.
If I was a super millionaire, I would buy him a house.
I would buy him a house.
I'm sorry, Pop Culture Curator, if you're listening. I am not anything. I suck.
Euler Greg says that's a warning, not a threat, as Jill said. I understand, Euler Greg.
Okay, you're right there. Great.
Gorilla
sure, why not?
says,
let's read the chat.
Hi, Scurvy. I'm assuming that's me.
No, that's lemon pie.
Oh, lemon pie. Lemon!
Because
hello,
vitamin
lemon.
C.
Okay, it took a while to get there. Teatime says they can do a lot with cheese, and not all of it is ethical. I haven't the slightest idea what that is in reference to, Edge of Time. Euler Greg says, aliens have got a few of my organs, but they gave them back. Fantastic. You know, reduce, reuse, recycle. Franco Walker says, hello, Jill and Scotty. Hey, Franco, what's going on? Also, a big shout out to the chat. Oh, Herc says, hey, Herc. After that lunch at Pancho's Tex-Mex, I think aliens are taking over my organs right now. It's cold. It's not what sucked out, blown out. That's it. Franco says, sorry I'm late. I was expecting to be on earlier, but there was no sign of you. So you weren't
I'm
late.
sorry. I'm an hour and a half late. It's just one of those days. I could have just postponed the show altogether, but I didn't.
I was just really excited because this is the second full episode of UFO that I've seen. So
yeah, and Mary's gonna have a C-section.
Mary is going to have a C-section. Mary,
because she fell down the stairs.
I think she broke her back.
I don't know.
I don't think
But
so.
the worst thing that happens here, of course, is that Alec takes him away from his wife while
Yeah.
she's giving birth.
Yeah. And
So
just had a traumatic accident where the wife could have been, like the child could have been lost.
And here
and
is,
there's the offensive baby.
yeah, the very offensive, disgusting baby.
What a gross thing. It looks
I
like
am so
like one of the
sick for sharing
California
this image.
raisins. Is that its leg?
It's his arm.
Oh, I thought it was.
I really didn't see this as an ugly baby.
Are you sick?
Apparently I'm sick.
Like, I don't think that. Anyway,
Be right back.
There's a baby, everybody. Sorry if it's offensive. Damn. Give that baby a cigar. Oh, Oiler Greg says Pancho's Buffet. Indeed, all you can eat. Edge Time says, I don't like this episode. Rubbed me the wrong way. This is fine. And Oiler Greg says Jill was probably just destroying the local alien nest. Well, you stay away from her, you bitch. In the immortal words of Ellen Ripley. Oiler Greg says, yes, raise your flag if you want the waitress. Yeah, absolutely, please. And don't forget to tip. Bunyan Snipe says, George Sewell. Is that Alec? Hey, Bunyan Snipe. It's good to see you, man. Oh. And in terms of the production date of UFO, 1971, I will take your word for it. Mary wakes up and is curious.
Yeah, she wants her husband.
She does.
He's gone.
Yeah.
This would have been a good moment for him to be there.
It would have been a really good time. Mary is not incorrect in her being absolutely upset and abandoned by her husband.
Yeah, and she definitely feels neglected above everything else. Whether or not she really believes that there's something nefarious going on. I'm sure she, deep down, like you said, she really does know that it's his job.
I don't think that she understands that it's his job.
I think she does. Because she talked to her mother and she said it's his job. And it's the mother who went crazy and called the private investigator. And then Mary sees the picture of Ed holding the arm of the young lady. And so that throws her mind off course. It's all her mother's fault, really. She's a nosy bitch.
Well, and let's also understand that in the burgeoning days of the creation of Shadow, a lowly private investigator breached their security. So I would say try harder, Eddie.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Anyway, that's the episode.
That's an episode of UFO without any UFOs.
And yeah, no purple ladies with the moon base or anything.
This is the driest television soap opera.
Well, you haven't
ever
seen any of the aliens. There are episodes with aliens in it. You just happen to see the two episodes that have to do with Ed Straker's personal life.
Are there going to be any dinosaurs on this dinosaur tour?
You saw one episode about Ed Straker's life in the present and one in the past that's a prequel to the entire show.
Anyway.
I don't think that you have not seen a fair representation of what the show's about.
But I've seen two very dramatic episodes. I think the characterization is very interesting. It's just led me to believe that Shadow is not necessarily the pinnacle of justice that other people have told me. I think that they're a shadowy organization. I don't think that it's ironic. Right, but I don't think they're the good guys.
Well, that's up to you, but I think they're the good guys. They keep the Earth safe from the aliens.
They can't even protect themselves.
They have.
Not their son, that fugly baby from the thumbnail.
Yeah, right. How dare I?
They don't trust each other. Their interpersonal relationships are so clandestine that they can never truly be happy unless they're just clueless and on a lower security clearance. It's a ridiculous thing. This is what makes me
the whole
dislike
organization.
corporate atmosphere.
What are you talking about? The organization is barely being formed, so it makes sense that there are some loose threads going around because it's just being made. It's the birth of an organization.
There's no trust between these coworkers.
I don't know where you're getting that from.
I'm getting it from the point where when Ed Straker's son, who we saw born in this episode, was about to die a couple of episodes ago, and he couldn't explain, my son will die. And his coworker wouldn't be like, don't worry about it, we'll get a helicopter.
Oh, well, yeah, that's because Ed Straker's a very personal person. He didn't want to intermix personal stuff with
I think the
protecting Earth
organization,
when he should have, because Alec was his friend and Alec would have understood and he would have gotten that medicine where it needed to be. That was the fault of Straker, separating his life and his work too much.
I don't know. I believe that there is an influence of the organization itself that breeds deceit and secrecy.
Yeah,
Ed
okay.
Straker
You're just
was
pulling that
duped.
out of fucking nowhere. We're talking
No,
about
Ed Straker
very
was
specific
duped
people.
into being the head. He was given the
Oh,
option
right.
to leave, but
Yeah,
he
no,
said
but
no.
he said
I
he
will
said
be.
yeah, but Henderson said you can, or whatever his name is, General Henderson said you have a chance to back out of this right now. You can get out, but you got to do it now. And so that was the moment he decided whether he wanted to have a life or whether he wanted to protect Earth, and he chose Earth. At that moment, he should told Mary that we shouldn't have done this, and that would have been honest. But he wasn't honest, and he has that problem, I suppose. This is more of a character study rather than a pox on the entire operation. I don't know why you're doing that.
Well, because I've never seen an alien in this show, Jill. Don't forget. You
totally
told me that
illogical.
there are aliens. Well, you've seen the
there
aliens.
Are. I have.
And I've never seen them.
The aliens, they come, they're in these suits.
Okay.
And the suits are filled with liquid because on their home planet they cannot survive without this liquid. It's natural on their planet, but they need the spacesuit to simulate their home world. And they can only survive a brief amount of time without that liquid, maybe like a day.
Do they have green faces?
Yeah, they have green faces because of that liquid also.
Sure. Oh, I'm not making fun of the makeup effects or anything like that. I'm just asking because I have seen them. I think there was one in the episode where Straker's son died.
Yeah, and
but
every once in a while they capture.
Wasn't that much of a threat.
Every once in a while they capture one. Sometimes they are. They have varying personalities, just like we do, which is the interesting part. Some of them are just here for, but they're all here to. Their ulterior motive, of course, is organs.
Organ harvesting.
Yes.
I've never seen that part.
Mm-hmm.
You got to show me, like, have you seen all of these?
Not yet.
Okay. Like, is there a really sort of scary invasion episode that I should watch to get caught up on the aliens and realize what kind of a threat?
I've seen them, and they've caught them before, and they've been operating on them to learn more about them and what they're doing, what their true motivations are, maybe to try to talk to them. But every time they do, the aliens don't survive long enough. So I just have to keep watching. And that's why I'm going to continue. It's intriguing enough for me.
It's interesting. I wouldn't say it's intriguing for me, but it's interesting. I like to see the bureaucratic structure of this organization. I just wish it had more whimsical characterization. And I don't even mean like being jokey or clowny. I just mean I wanted to see a little bit more camaraderie again between Ed and Alec. I think that
they are very often all business.
Very much so. And for friends who have gone as far back as they have, I prefer a little bit more warmth. A confidant.
Well, there was a brief moment of that when he had the man who just had a baby in the present. He gave him furlough for a week.
Yes. that was nice, and that was sort of a representation of the characterization of Straker being like, I know how important this is. I don't know why he sounds like Charlton Heston in my brain, but I know how important this is.
Mhm.
You got to go and spend time with your wife and see your son for a week, because you're not going to see him for another 5 years until he needs a jet plane, and then he's going to die.
Well, technically, I'm sure
I'm
that
Ed Straker, and I approve this message.
I'm sure that not everybody in Shadow works the kind of hours that Ed does. He's the one who gets the worst of it, being the leader of the whole thing.
They all have to be sworn to the level of secrecy, though.
They do. They do. But hopefully everybody else has better hours than he does. Except for Alec. Alec has to be there for him. So they both have to sacrifice a lot. I'm sure
that's
Mhm.
If anybody from Secret Hideout or Bad Robot are listening, and they'd like to buy any ideas about what you want to do after your Section 31 movie, what I would say is, if you want to actually go forward with the television show, just rip off all of UFO. Just rip it off and do the organizational bureaucracy of the organization itself, and how everyone is keeping secrets and no one can trust no one, and never make it overboil. Like, never bubble the lid off of that pot, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. So there you go. There's your plagiarism.
No, UFO is way too intelligent of a show for Secret Hideout to pick up on.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
They could dumb this down too. They've dumbed down so many things.
That's true. I guess so. But oh my god, I don't want to encourage Secret Hideout to do anything. You guys can kick back and do nothing.
Blame me.
Hello to Gorilla's Random Thoughts. He says, You're late. Yes, I'm an hour and 30 minutes late. Thank you. Euler Greg says, They went to great lengths to make the show look futuristic. Yeah, absolutely. It's only 10 years in the future, and yet they advanced the technology pretty well, considering it's 1970.
It did look like 1980. It did look like 1980.
Mm. With rooms that can be entire rooms that are elevators.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure they have those. I'm sure they had those in the 80s. Remember when I found out about electric windows in cars?
Right, that occurred. That was around in 1962.
Yeah, it was around in 1962. I couldn't believe it.
1954. Yeah, right. If you had a super fancy car, which is, I couldn't believe it either, because I was born in the 80s and a kid in the 90s, and I saw regular manual windows all over the place. I never saw any electric windows until a little later.
So can I just take a little sidebar for a moment? Jill, can I see you at camera 2 for a second?
Whoa, I haven't been to camera 2 in a while. What's going on over here?
Okay, so remember how we watched that episode of Quantum Leap where Al was the ghost of Christmas future? Ooh!
Yeah.
Okay, so I found out some new information, and I'm not at liberty to discuss it on air, but I think that I may actually have the key to a perfect Halloween costume. And all I need is Al's Hawaiian shirt, white pants, and white shoes. Now I'm going to have to take a look at the shoes. The shoes are important. But there's one more thing from that episode that I need. And I think I may get it. And I think I might get it by Halloween. But I think it's going to be the best Halloween costume ever.
I think so too. I can't wait. That makes me very happy that this is going to come together.
I'm hoping. I have to find the right shirt. I have to find the right shirt. And the thing is that if I do it on YouTube, no one's going to see my pants anyway, so I could totally lie.
Well, I'm sure you could set up the camera in such a way that, I don't know, you could take pictures.
We're setting up my Patreon for Halloween of this year. Don't forget to subscribe. First tier Patreons get to see my legs. We'll set up a new camera. Yeah, no one wants to see my feet. Go to Scotty R37's feet pics. Anyway. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I do enjoy
when you dress up. That's fun.
It's fun to have a plan for Halloween, and it's nice to have one earlier in the year.
Yeah, that's really preparing. I don't prepare at all. I do whatever, I get whatever costume my kids want, and I'm just like, okay, TOS.
Yeah, exactly. You have ears.
Exactly. Teatime says they can do a lot with cheese and not all. Oh yeah, you read that one. Where were you?
What does he mean? What's unethical cheese?
I have no idea.
Okay. I don't even know what that means, man.
I don't either. Teatime says, I didn't like this episode. Rubbed me the wrong way. This is fine.
I don't know. I thought it was an intriguing look at the organization. I think that this is I want to know more about Ed Straker. Like, it's a fascinating
I think this is all you get to
situation.
know.
Well, I got to see 2 episodes that delve deep into the heart of Ed Straker. Like, I don't feel deprived, but I'm fascinated by him, and I'm trying to assess whether or not, like, he's obviously dedicated, but he does say in this episode, he's like, pig-headed is more like it.
Right, he realizes what he is. So this episode proves that he does have a heart, but that he's chosen his duty to protect Earth over his own life.
Yeah. Like, and when I said that he threatened the French ambassador or whatever, he didn't threaten the French ambassador. Scare tactics. It was scare tactics and being like, no, seriously, this is how serious this is going to be.
Yes.
Aliens are going to come down and they're going to kill your children. And when confronted with the same conundrum, who do I choose? What do I choose? But literally, Ed Straker chooses, I will fight these aliens to protect the people that, like, hate me. But here's where I get confuffled. Is what is he protecting if he allowed, and I do think that Ed Straker allowed his son to die in favor of the mission. And I disagree with that. I disagree with that on a character basis because it.
Right, I did struggle with that definitely when the question of priorities came around.
Yeah, and I understand he's a man of integrity, protecting us all. He's the savior of the universe and whatever. But if he's not even protecting his own family at the expense of a minor redirection, you'll remember from the episode itself, it didn't end up being a matter of anything. If he had subverted the organization of Shadow to save his son, Alec would have been like, oh my God, we lost track of a plane, but then it came back. No one would have cared. And
well, no, then the aliens would have landed and they would have had, the potential was that the aliens would have come and killed people.
But they were in pursuit of a possible defector. Was it a defector or was it just someone who had been stranded on Earth? And
I don't know. This was a previous episode. I don't remember exactly what it was.
I tend to remember.
I'm trying to find it. I have notes on that episode.
It's the one with the blind lady. What are you doing here? Why won't you say anything?
Oh yeah, he was setting up some kind of relay station or
something
Lego
like
kit.
That. But I thought that when he walked in after he left the old blind lady's house, that the aliens actually like blew him up. They shot him.
Yeah, they did. The aliens did. Yeah, the aliens did. The aliens killed him themselves, definitely.
So anyway, and then they got away. Didn't they? Did they get away or did they get blown up too? The aliens who shot the other alien.
I don't remember. This is why I'm trying to freaking find my notes and I can't find them. I didn't know why they're not here.
So there was a battle of aliens in that episode. I'm being too flippant. I should give this show credit where credit is due. I'm intrigued for more. I'm not just interested anymore. I'm intrigued.
Okay, good.
So what's next week?
I don't know.
No, I mean on the show, on UFO. Like,
I'll
what
tell ya.
is the next episode? Do you know?
There's a list.
I should look that up sometime.
Usually I have my episodes on hand. I don't know why I don't have that one. Sorry about
It's
that.
Lazy Friday.
I
You're
dropped
fine.
I dropped the ball on that one.
You didn't
I
drop
gotta
any
find
balls. You're juggling.
Well, you threw something at me and I freaking
You're fine.
just
Why? I'm sorry for being
kerfuffled
here.
it.
I love it when you kerfuffle. Oh, my stars. So, can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
Have you ever seen Showgirls?
No.
Me either.
But I have seen Lindsay Ellis's review of Showgirls. And she has very good, like I spent about, I think she talks about it for about as long as the movie itself.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm essentially, there's 2 parts to that review. It's a great review.
I think I saw it once. That's interesting to revisit. I do Lindsay Ellis's reviews. I'm a fan.
Me too. Back when she was the nostalgia chick. If you don't know where to find them, they're not on her YouTube channel. She doesn't have them there. They're on archive.org.
I think she's on a network. I think she's like behind a paywall video thing.
Yeah, that's why I don't worry about where she is now, because I'm not going to pay any wall.
No, I wouldn't pay for Lindsay Ellis.
No, but I definitely will watch whatever she gives away for free.
Totes.
ESP. The next episode of UFO is called ESP.
I'm sure that it has like telekinetic things. What's ESP? Extrasensory perception. So is that like psychic?
Yeah, that's what that means.
Oh, is this going to be like the empath?
I have no idea.
Like the original series episode.
Probably.
Have you ever seen the empath?
Yes, I don't like an empath.
I don't know. I haven't seen it in such a long time. I'm looking forward to revisiting it.
It
when
puts
we get
me to
to
sleep.
It.
It's a good episode to pass out to.
There's a lot of torture in that episode, though.
Yeah, but there's a lot of weird woo-woo stuff happening, and then I fall asleep.
I'm sorry, weird woo-woos? Oh, there are a lot of weird woo-woo stuff. No, I know what you mean. It's the sound effects and everything. It is very, that's an ASMR for sure.
It was.
Yep.
I don't know, I'm not big on that episode, but it is. I feel like it's the progenitor of the Deanna Troi and the Beta Zeds.
Yeah. So,
do
you not like the Betazoids?
No, they're okay. I like that one that murders people on Voyager. That's fun.
Oh yeah, Suitor.
Greg says yes, but the show was set in 1980.
Oh, remember? Okay, I have a question. May I?
Yeah, of course. That's why I'm not talking.
No, I know, but I needed acknowledgement. I appreciate your approval. So I was wondering, because we have been talking about doing other Voyager episodes, and my brain went to, and I don't want to do show notes. I'm just asking your opinion and see if the chat has an opinion. My brain went to another 2-parter because we did Future's End 1 and 2. But
yeah,
now
Sarah Silverman, it was fun.
It was fun. And now that you mention it, do you want to do there are 2 Lon Suitor episodes, maybe 3. Do you want to do the Lon Suitor episodes for Voyager? We want to talk about a crazy Betazoid?
Oh, okay, if you want to, but I thought we were going to do Year of Hell.
We were going to do Year of Hell. So it's up to you guys. No, let's ask. We're live.
Oh yeah, ask the chat. What?
Yeah, which would you prefer? Which would you prefer?
What's the name of the episode?
I don't remember the Lon Suitor episodes. All we got to see is where Brad Dourif is.
Brad Dourif.
Yeah, Brad. First name, last name, Dourif. He's the voice of Chucky He was in Alien Resurrections. I would love to see the Lawn Suitor episode. I think it's Lawn Suitor.
Basics? Is that it?
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen. I only remember them as the ones with Brad.
Okay, let me see. Star Trek Voyager, Basics. Is that it?
Suitor. I was pronouncing it with a D. Hey, Mr. Brown Alliance is here. Hey, what's going on, sir? Thank heavens. You know what? I enjoy it when I can see Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, pulled like taffy. And it's not mean. It's such a great time over on Mr. Brown's Alliance when they're doing the whole Phantom Menace breakdown. Oh, they're doing their every
that's
frame
great.
of pause.
That is fun. Okay.
It was fun. I got to catch the Gungans versus the droid army fight. It was a good time. I'm looking forward to the end, as I'm sure everyone who's been talking about this for weeks. There are so many episodes. You should go subscribe to Mr. Brown's Alliance.
Definitely. Please subscribe to Mr. Brown's Alliance.
Also,
amazing channel.
Jill, how many subscribers do you have?
I have 439.
You need more.
Moment.
Right?
I do. 61 more.
61.
But in the meantime, I'm going to put this poll here while I wait for
Nice.
my 61 subscribers.
Oh, we got a poll. Captain Finity is here with the Planet Core. I'm no Tony, but I get by.
You do great.
Thanks. Well, no, with the voices.
It's spontaneous. Yeah, he is. Yeah,
voices.
Tony's good at the voices, but when yours come, they're spontaneous and natural. And
I think I sounded like Harry Belafonte.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name. Oh my stars! Oh, you know what? I saw the. Oh, and I'm sorry, I should start highlighting these. I'm looking at my YouTube screen and just watching them roll in and being like, oh, what a lovely chat.
I'm going to get to the chats in just a moment. I'm making a poll.
Oh, okay. Well, what's the poll? Is it the Voyager question?
Yes.
Excellent. I'm interested. No 7 of 9 in either of the Suitor episodes.
Okay. Done. Poll created. I cannot vote in it. Bunyan Snipe says, home James with Jim Davidson. Not so much. Huh. And Herc130. Hey, Herc130. He says, is it still okay to be in love with Elizabeth Montgomery? My childhood crush.
Answer is yes. You're fine with that.
A very special UFO. Yeah, it is. Teatime.
Absolutely. My dad has told me about his celebrity crushes. One of them was Haley Mills from The Parent
I'll be right
Trap.
back.
And the other one was Olivia Newton-John, which he did get to see in Vegas. And rest Olivia's soul. And I think Haley Mills is also deceased. Way to bring up the chat. But I think Elizabeth Montgomery, very attractive. And also the nose wiggling. Come on. Bewitched was great. Samantha. So yeah. We should definitely get a WikiLeaks of UFO, of course. And yes, Euler Greg says, raise your flag if you want the waitress. For sure. George Sewell. Oh, where was I? See? Franco Walker gets it. That's very true, Scotty. Drinks before sexy time. I thought that when Straker and Mary were having Ed and Mary were having drinks, that was like 1971, and this is when they made love. And I thought that was the conception of young Sun Boy, whatever his name was. Oh, there's Bunyan with the home Jamesons. And is it okay? Elizabeth Montgomery. Jeannie. Who played Jeannie? Come on. Barbara Feldon. Right? Or am I thinking Agent 99? I don't know. I think I mixed them both up. And Yeoman Rand, of course. Grace Lee Whitney. Bless her soul. Bunyan's Knight says yeah. Oiler Greg says her apartment is unknown to the aliens, so good place for a meeting. Yeah, but I'm just saying, a private eye who is just taking pictures to see whether or not Ed Straker is cheating, because that is what Mary's mom said, was like, find out if my son-in-law is cheating. And so the private eye went out and followed either someone that Ed was in communication with, or just followed Ed. If this is a super secret organization and they couldn't lose some, looky-loo PI who was for chasing skirts or whatever, I don't even know.
He didn't even notice him.
Like, this guy is such a low-land. He is a paparazzi. And Shadow could not get him. Shadow did not know that he was there.
Well, I will admit, they do drop the ball sometimes, like that one reporter.
That's a really heavy ball to drop.
Well, that, and then there was
a fucking monkey in a trench coat, pardon my language.
And there was another time where this lady had a tape recorder in her purse, and she just left her purse there, and then she came back and she's like, hey, I forgot my purse here, and let me just get it. And then she ended up with all this super secret information about there wasn't really much about Shadow there, but she ended up learning about something about the studio, and it just caused a big mess.
Oh no.
So it happens.
Ed Straker looks like a Ken doll. He does. In this episode, he's very Ken doll-esque. Edge of Time. I didn't notice until you mentioned it right now. I'm scrolling. Things refreshing.
Why are you scrolling?
I'm still playing with the chat. I don't know where I am. I've been going through. Hey, Matt G is here.
Oh, hey, Matt G.
So who's your favorite character in this episode of UFO?
Character UFO episode. I always like Alec.
Yeah, that's my favorite too.
Yeah, I like Alec.
Like, I want to say he's the British Chief O'Brien.
Guess so.
There's something about a similarity in the way that they look. Maybe I'm being physically discriminating. I think he looks like Chief O'Brien.
Oiler Greg's a lizard baby. But Donnie thinks the baby's cute, just like I do. I didn't know that the baby was ugly.
I thought the baby
People
was
had
rather,
informed me.
Yeah.
Edge of Time says humans must go down the stairs. Gravity is a thing. What's with that baby's haircut?
That's what I was wondering. Why did the baby have male pattern baldness?
I was bald for a long time. My mom had to tape bows to the top of my head.
But that's, yeah. But, like, who are you trying to impress when you're a baby?
No.
Like,
Edge
you're
of Time
basically
says,
just trying to stay alive.
Right.
You don't have to be attractive when you're a baby. Everyone
No,
takes
you're
care
just
of babies.
instinctive.
People love babies. Yeah, it's instinctive.
Their
It
heads are
doesn't
too big
matter.
for their heads are too big for the rest of their bodies.
Oh,
they can't do
know.
anything.
It's adorable. You really have to support the neck, just for everyone's knowledge. Please do.
Definitely.
But yeah, like they're so fragile, and you want to take care of them. They smell okay.
That's why Spock doesn't like to hold them.
But he's so confident in the neck region usually.
Usually.
He doesn't want to accidentally pinch.
I have no idea. Edge of Time says, I have pushed many humans. But that gives a new meaning to the hug emoji. That's not a hug emoji. That's a I'm pushing you emoji. I have shoved many more. Says Edge of Time. And Dalek451 says, did you send me something, Joe? Yeah, I sent you a link, Dalek, if you want to hang out. That was like a long time ago. Like 30 minutes ago. Scotty keeps picking episode sets.
Set on Earth alone.
Right, exactly. Yeah, no, he hasn't seen any with the actual moon base and the actual aliens invading. He's just
I've just seen
Straker.
Yeah. I've seen the bottle episodes where they're just in the office or whatever. They've decided that they're just going to rent a car this week. But like they're not making any models. And it's weird, and I don't fault the show for it. I'm curious about it. Like I feel like Mary. I am on the outside, and I don't understand why all of this is so important to you, Ed.
You are Mary. Wow, that explains everything.
Thank you.
Bunny and Snipe says all the aliens had to do was to attack us with stairs. Dalek figured it out. Herc 130 says fugly.
Yes, Herc. Of course you've heard the term before. Fugly. Edge of Time says being late is no excuse for awkward thumbnails. Oh, why are people angry at the baby?
I know. I've never seen so many people angry at babies.
Are you sick?
I'm sick. I'm sick. I like babies.
Like, it's weird. You thought it was a cute image that represented the episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely earnest.
I don't know. I was wrong.
Apparently. Are you going to change it?
I've made big mistakes. No.
Are you going to change it? Okay, good.
No.
It's a baby. What are you angry at?
I don't
Was
know.
it a naked baby?
No. It's covered completely. There's a blanket over most of the body.
We're not talking about Clark Kent in Superman here. There's no baby penis.
Yeah, right. Right, exactly. Everybody loves baby Superman. Well, baby Superman, though, he was already a toddler.
Sorry, finish that sentence. Everybody loves baby Superman.
No, they do because he picks up that truck and he's all cute and stuff. He's just a little baby, but he's a toddler.
Jesus pose. Yeah. Oh, and he's a
much bigger baby, so he's less ugly.
Yes,
adorable.
That's true. More developed as a child, a toddler. Absolutely. Like he's like 2 when you see him in Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
2, 1.5. Like not just looking like a sea monkey.
Right. He doesn't look squished.
He had arms and legs and could lift a truck.
Everybody can lift trucks, right?
Give that baby a cigar.
Wrinkle Walker says, I think the aliens sell the organs on the black market to pay for the spaceship fuel.
It doesn't make any sense. I don't appreciate the economics of this hypothesis.
Like Greg says, the green liquid is Gatorade. It's got electrolytes.
That's what plants crave.
Need that. Oh my goodness. We need to cover Idiocracy.
We do have to cover Idiocracy at some point.
I want to. It's one of my favorite movies.
That should be a late night show. That should be like in a Calto time slot. I mean,
okay,
that's a midnight movie.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Bunny and Snipe says Scott never wears pants. We all know this.
No, I'm wearing pants right now. I'll prove it.
Uh-huh.
No, but this is the thing. I feel like I have to. Yep.
You have to prove your pants. You're ready
Come
for
on.
Yeah.
I feel like dancing.
Dancing.
I'm 50. No.
Almost. Mark Harkness says
5 years. Shut up.
Would do better to open a pig farm, but that would be smart.
You're gonna be 40 someday. You know that?
I know. Very soon.
You're terrified for some reason. It's crazy. It's fine. You still look good. You're still gonna look good. Everything's gonna be fine.
Everything's gonna fall apart.
It's all gonna fall apart.
Everybody does. It happens to us
No, but
all.
everything. No, it's what, entropy?
Yes.
So don't worry about it. It's not up to you.
No, it's not. Bunyan Snipe says chess made without the cow's permission. Oh, cheese made. Oh, okay, gotcha. The idea of
I didn't know cows had to give consent
cows cannot give consent because they cannot
for the
speak.
milking.
No.
Cows cannot consent to their milking. Agreed.
And chickens cannot consent to their eggs being taken.
Where are you taking my baby?
Your baby is not fertilized. There is not going to be a chick coming out of this. May I eat it?
No. Please, you're a monster. How do you ask me such things? Thank heavens, I'm a vegan. I only eat animals that don't talk. Age of Time says, we like our filth on Fridays around these parts. And I will respond to that with a jolly knee-haw.
Well, I guess that Bunny and Snipe is saying that it would be more ethical if they could speak and say, "Hey, please eat me," like on like from
Cows
that.
cannot type.
What is it? What am I thinking of?
Dr. Doolittle? If I could talk to the animals, kind of thing?
Well, no.
Well, I'm not sure what you're referring to.
A Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh,
There's
a babelfish.
Yeah, no, not the
babelfish?
babelfish. They go to the restaurant on the edge of the universe, and there's somebody who wants to be eaten, who is able to communicate this. It is really creepy and messed up. I don't like it. I prefer my food not talking.
I am a lacking nerd. I haven't read The Restaurant at the Edge of the Galaxy.
Well, I just watched the miniseries, the BBC.
Oh. Well, when I Bing BBC, different things show up. Peter Davison is the Fifth Doctor. Thank you, Bunyan. It's a true story. It's why I love cricket.
Donnie Pearson says, speaking of all things UK, 3 weeks more till the 2023 season of the world's largest music festival, the BBC Proms.
I am looking forward to that, Donnie. They always have a great show.
And Mr. Brown Lion says, Suitor was a great character in Voyager. Oh, yeah. I have a poll going, guys, if you want to vote in it. Which Voyager 2-parter episode should we cover next? Year of Hell is winning at 69%. And Basics is at 31%.
Is that a 2-parter?
Yeah, they're both 2-parters.
Oh, okay. I didn't know Basics was a 2-parter.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that there was a break between Suitor, like, because he stays on Voyager and then he doesn't come back and die at like a later episode?
Maybe I have the wrong name of the episode, but these 2 episodes feature Suitor. I don't know if they're the first 2 or the next 2.
But if there are 3 episodes of Suitor, I'm wondering if there are 3 episodes.
You didn't help me figure out which episodes were the right ones.
All right,
So
all right. You're absolutely correct, and I've been delinquent. I'll get on it.
This was all your idea.
I know. I'll answer it. You know what? I just think you don't like Betazoids.
I don't.
And I think you're a racist.
They're too emotional.
They're too emotional. That's how they communicate.
I know. I'm just kidding. Prinko Walker says Suitor was in Meld and Basics, parts 1 and 2. Oh, Meld.
Meld is the one that we got to watch first.
Meld?
Yeah.
Oh, frack.
It's a trilogy. Okay. It's a trilogy.
Thank you, Franco. A new poll? Oh,
no. Same. No, I think it works. I think that the poll still maintains, if you're listening to this, the poll isn't going to exist after the stream. If you're a fan of this and you want to hear Jill and I talk about Voyager, I don't know if anybody else wants to talk about Voyager as well, but would you prefer Year of Hell or would you prefer Suitor? One is a two-parter, which we'll eventually get to, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, definitely. We'll get to both
And
eventually.
one is a three-parter that we'll get to, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
So
Captain
whichever
Infinity
one.
is here from his
Yay.
sabbatical.
Oh,
2 weeks offline was actually quite nice.
with a sunshine, lollipops
Rainbows.
everywhere.
Donnie Pearson says, anyway, there's still something good on Paramount Plus, including revivals of iCarly and Beavis and Butthead. I still haven't seen the recent Beavis and Butthead. I need to watch that movie.
I'd like
It
to
was
see
a
that.
time travel movie,
Yes.
and I heard they did it well.
Yeah. I don't think you have to take it as seriously when it's a comedy.
And that helps. And that's the funniest thing is when the comedies get the time travel right.
Well, and you're looking forward to the new Futurama, which usually does that as well.
I am looking forward to some of it. There's some of it that worries me a little bit, but we'll see.
I don't know. You got to see it before you can.
I will. Captain Infinity says brownie. That's brown with an E. That's actually very witty. Huh? What happened? I must have missed something.
No,
don't
I think it's a
understand.
very self-contained statement. Brownie.
Oh, it is?
That's brown with an E. That's actually very witty. High five. That's what he said. No, you said it perfectly. I don't know if there's anything. I don't think there's any other context. How am I supposed to know?
Oh, hello, Darius.
Hey.
He got here about 10 minutes ago. Otherwise, I saw him before. I don't know. It's a Friday. And this is basically just turned into a shore leave, so.
Well, we had. Oh, no.
Hey, welcome back, Tiki of Doom, and hello to Pop Culture Curator.
Hey, Pop.
I'm sorry to hear about all the stuff that's going on with you. I hope things turn around and things get better and you figure out something else.
I would prefer you fighting than not being around.
Yeah, don't give up.
And I know it's a pain, or I can only assume. I'm not gonna presume your feelings or emotions or experience. But
Yeah,
I do wish
okay.
you the best, sir.
I do too. He says that he's hanging in there.
Great. Who could ask for anything more?
And Bunyan Stipe says the restaurant at the end of the universe.
That's
I'd
what
like to
it's
go there.
called.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hello
not Brian.
to. Yeah, hey, not Brian.
Oh,
Scotty
Jill.
Bings.
I do Bing.
You're sorry about it too.
I'm not sorry about Binging. I don't always have to support Google. Sometimes I ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves has been defunct for years.
That's why I don't get any results, Jill. Remember I sent you a message and I was like, oh no, I'll just have to use a different search engine.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I web crawling or netscaping? I don't even know.
Netscape. It's called Firefox now.
Oh, is it? Is that what they did? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just terrible at Tor.
You're just somehow in a time machine.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Bunyan Snipe says Peter Davidson was also the animal that wanted them to eat him on the TV version. Oh, thank you, Bunyan Snipe. Yes, that's where I saw it. You got to watch the BBC Hitchhiker series. It's really fun. That part's kind of creepy, though. The pig
Is he
in the
like dressed up
restaurant
like
versus
a
universe
tiger or something?
is played by Peter Davidson.
Nice.
Yeah, some kind of animal, but it is just creepy as fuck. But
Either
it's
way,
good.
that sounds dope.
Mm-hmm. He's way too into being eaten.
I've known.
Dog451 says, yeah, Basics is a two-parter. Part 1 was the end of season 2, and part 2 was the start of season 3. Thank you, Dalek, our resident Voyager expert.
Remember when they tried to make Cass like psychic-ish?
Right, and because of that, Tuvok became her mentor.
Or something like that, yeah. I don't know.
And then she boiled his brain.
Oh, that sounds good.
Voyager's weird.
I know. Thank you, Franco Walker. Sutor. I tried to read Franco and Sutor at the same time, so I got Franker.
Mark Harkness says, Year of Hell has Kurtwood. I can say these words. I don't know why
It took you kind of tripped over the speed bump a couple times, lady.
I did. Kurtwood Smith.
Thank you.
I can read, I promise.
I know.
Euler Greg says, ooh, a possible military coup in Russia? I gotta go. What?
What are you? Batman? Euler Greg is Batman.
Euler Greg is Batman.
I gotta go.
Hail, Agent Pepsi One. Great to see you.
It's good to see you, Agent Pepsi.
And Bunyan Snipe says, I am 3 months and 1 day away from half a century. Ooh.
37 in a row? Oh my God.
No, he's going to turn 50.
In 3 years and
in 3
1
months.
day. 3 months. Oh, I'm sorry. I misread it. I thought it was 3 years. So 3 months. You're going to be, 50? I'm 50.
Agent Pepsi One says, I love the UFO TV show. As a super fan of the late 1960s fashions, guess who has a pale pink sweater dress like a Shia? I wore it in the opening sequence. Oh wow, that's cool. Is there like some kind of
sweater?
Is there some kind of UFO fashion?
Oh no, the fashions
store?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Right?
Yeah, no, the fashions of UFO are what keep me intrigued. The fashion and music are amazing.
Speaking of Jerry Anderson, welcome to Dalek 451.
Hey, Dalek.
Hi, Jill. Hi, Scotty. I just thought that, well, since you've you've become a chat stream at this point.
Yeah, we have.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I'd just jump in while I still could.
Sounds good to me.
Welcome.
Franco says, Jill dropped the F-bomb again. I did.
Did you say fuck?
I don't remember.
All right.
It happens naturally. Clip it, says Tiki. Apparently someone has clipped me before.
Do you know what they clipped?
Yeah,
well,
I think it was when I used the F word. Something about my breadsticks.
What? Anyway.
What?
Where's my breadsticks? But where's my F in breadsticks? I don't remember why I said that. It was probably something Matt G incited.
I know you recorded it, but I really appreciate you doing the opening narration of Quantum Leap. That's my favorite sort of clip.
Agent Pepsi One says, no. The opening series where she is carrying the clipboard into the film studio, walking past the photographer and the antique car. Finding matching picots is hard. Oh, wow. So you built the outfit yourself. That's pretty smart. Very neat. And, oh, goodness. What happened? I lost
Well,
all my windows.
Agent Pepsi, I may have to ask you if it's possible to find the fabric or the look of. Actually, I would prefer the pattern of the Hawaiian shirt that Al wears in A Little Miracle. That is a costume that I would desire, and any estimates would be get estimates if it's not too much trouble. But that looks great. But I agree with you wholeheartedly about the way that UFO looks, the fashion, everything. I want those Nehru jackets all over the place. I want them. Do you have a favorite sci-fi fashion? Aside from UFO, of course. It all just looks, and especially the Earthbound UFO episodes. Or do they go to the moon base? I don't think. Maybe I saw it. Maybe that was the half episode that I saw, was when they were at the moon base, and I was just too inebriated to understand what was going on with all the models.
I like the way that Emma dresses in Avengers and
That's
the
true.
other British show.
Well, and I'm much more of a like I'm obviously a Mad Men fan in terms of my fashion, and it strays away from the sci-fi. But if I could walk around in public, whenever I can, I wear black pants, like boots, and a colored sweater with a black undershirt, whether it be yellow, red, or blue, and that's just day-to-day attire. The rest of the time, I'm usually wearing something from something with a tie.
Well, you have a very good sense of fashion.
Really? Thank you.
You do. TK Doom says someone recorded Jill yelling at her Olive Garden waiter. Yeah, I don't even really remember it, but it happened.
No, that sounds like something you would do, though.
Okay, well, Edge of Time says if I had a breadstick for each gender, I would have. Oh, you would have
two
two
breadsticks. And you would eat them too.
Agent Pepsi One says, I don't know about the owl shirt, but the fabric of the dress came from two Angora sweaters. The UFO fashions are my favorite. Now I always wanted to be one of the moon base girls.
Agent Pepsi, I'm still saying this organization is suspect, so I don't know if you want to work for them. If you can dress up like them, I absolutely subscribe to that. But I think this organization is on the up and up.
I do.
Yeah, I know you do. Yeah, we do.
Agent Pepsi One says, my husband typically wears only blue jeans at home, but at work his uniform has black pants.
I have many black pants. I don't know why I'm sharing that. Look at all the black pants I have. I'm a black pants millionaire. Yes.
I'm working on finding something. Where is it? Where'd it go?
I'd like to welcome you to our sponsor of the evening. It's Anti-Derivative Jill. Are you a fan of Anti-Derivative Jill? Do you like her shows? Well, if you'd like more of them, share her shows with your friends, your families, and anyone that you think would like Anti-Derivative Jill shows. She's looking for 61 more subscribers, and your assistance would be beneficial. Once she gets to 500, she will have life fulfillment. Don't you want that for her? Please subscribe. Tell your friends. Like, comment.
That's all I need. It used to be 1,000.
Fulfillment.
It used to be 1,000 subscribers, and I was just happy to be halfway there. But now I just need 61.
It's so close.
I will tell you one thing. Google Drive has the most terrible search system. It doesn't search your documents for shit. I can't find anything that I'm looking for.
That's why I use Bing. I use Bing Drive. Is there a Bing Drive?
I don't know. Is there?
All right.
Wait a minute.
Excuse me for just one moment.
You can't say you use something and you don't know if it exists. You do not use Bing Drive, even if it did exist. It's impossible. There's no way. So I had all this stuff, but where is it? Or maybe, where did I put it? See, it's not here. I'll look for it in a minute. Subscribe to Jedi Bill. Yeah, do that. And Agent Pepsi 1 says, oh yeah, the black pants. And also, I'm going to make a very late lunch. Had a super restless night and took a long nap around noon. Be right back in a few minutes. By the way, I love your channel, Anti-Derivative Chill. Oh, why, thank you very much, Agent Pepsi 1. So, Dalek, what have you been up to lately? Oh, Dalek's not here either.
No, I am.
Oh,
Sorry
okay.
about that.
I thought everybody left at once.
What have I been up to lately? Not that much, to be honest. I did I mention I went out? I did go out for the day last week. Yeah, last week.
No, you didn't tell. That's good to get out, for sure. Did you have an adventure?
A bit of one, yeah. Because I wanted to get, well, for starters, I wanted to get a, there was a bit of some paint. There was a bit of painting that needed done here at the house. The first mostly in my brother's room, but then I decided there was a little bit that needed doing in my room. So I went out for the day to get away from that. And I did do something that I'd been meaning to do for a while.
What'd you do?
It's not that interesting.
But you got out. The point is, you got out of the house. That's pretty good.
I did. Okay, so let me put
it's an important thing to do that.
The local railway network around here has brought in some new some brand new modern trains, and I wanted to see what those trains were like. So and there was only one part, and at the moment there's only one part of the network they're running those trains on. I think, but they're gonna eventually introduce them all across the network.
That does sound really like, just are you just checking out the new network going on the trains?
I'm checking out these new trains because one, I have mentioned this before, but I don't know how you. But I'm a train enthusiast. I love trains. I always have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ever since Thomas the Tank Engine.
since I was a very little kid. Since Thomas, and also going to heritage preserved railways as a little kid. I've always been fascinated by trains, especially or maybe older machines in general, but especially trains and especially steam locomotives. But this is
in your neighborhood, in your country, you have a railway system, and I lived in Perth, Australia for a while, and they had a great train system as their public transportation system. But for North Americans, unless you're and I don't in major metropolitan areas, a train system is rather foreign. It's exotic, and when I've enjoyed that public transportation system, it's always been so good, so crazy cool. Perth had a good one, and checking out the next generation of that public transportation, I think, I would be like, oh, they're opening a new train, I am going to take a ride. It won't be expensive.
it's not the network. It's not the network itself that's really new. It's just these new modern trains they're bringing in to replace the old trains which they've been running on the network for the last 30, 40 years or something like that. These trains are real. The trains have been running are really old. I've been, and
Did you go?
I've been as a local boy to this area. I've been riding these old trains all my life to get around.
But have you seen the new train?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, on last Thursday, I went to a railway station in Liverpool where I knew where the line they were currently running them on went to, so I could both see and get on one of these trains, to actually see what these trains are actually like, and I didn't really care at the time where those trains were, where this particular train was going. I just wanted to see what the train itself was like. That's what it was about. So, and
now here's what I'm envisioning. I'm imagining like the subway train cars from Total Recall. Are there screens everywhere?
Sort of, yeah.
Okay. So it's kind of cyberpunky.
I wouldn't say it's cyberpunky exactly.
It's too new. It's too shiny to be cyberpunky. Cyberpunky has to be busted, but come on. In like 10 years, do you think they could turn into cyberpunky train cars?
Maybe.
Anyway, how were the cars? How were the cars in the train?
They were very well. Unlike the old trains, the these new ones, they were very open space. In fact, it was very. In fact, they were very much like the new trains they've been running on the underground in London, which are open all the way along, even in the interconnecting parts between the cars. You can actually just look literally the whole length of the train from wherever you are in it, wherever you are in it, if you get what I mean.
It's visually stunning from what you can see outside.
Yeah. It's a very interesting. It's a very nice very modern design.
I think Captain Infinity is also asking about your writing. How's your writing going, Dalek?
Not that well, unfortunately, Captain. I think I managed to do a little bit.
Well, there you go.
At some point last week. It's been again, as always, it's been very progress on my stories has been very slow. I need to really get on top of that.
Would you like to see my writing?
Yes.
You're a writer as well.
Don't get excited.
I'm so excited right now. I'm at the edge of my seat.
So there's a private chat that I'm a part of, and you can set the reaction emoji. And I was scrolling through the reaction emoji, and I found, and it was in the middle of the animals, but it was this pink head with eyes, and I was like, what is this doing here? And so I made it the emoji it was the reaction for the group. Upon further inspection, because it was in the middle of the animals, it's actually a piggy snout.
That's what I thought it was.
So I was like, I don't think he's a piggy snout. I think he's like an alien with no mouth. So I made.
And yet he must scream.
and yet he must scream. And so this is what I've been writing. This is actually a different perspective of a piggy snout, but it looks like a little guy with eyes with no mouth.
It looks like a pink version of Boo from the Mario games.
Like Kirby. He kind of looks like
Or
Kirby.
Yeah. It looks like Kirby, and it looks a bit like Kirby's about to cry.
Yes. And that's what I was going for. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. That's what I've been working on.
That's adorable.
Power of crayons, people. All you need is crayons.
You have joked about crayons before, but I didn't know it was real.
Oh, it's totally real. Yeah, no, I doodle. I have commissions. If you would like to pay me to draw something with crayons, I'll do it.
Well,
Spider.
I enjoyed learning about new animals, and I found this bird that I hadn't heard of before called the shoebill stork.
Nice.
And it can clatter its beak to sound like a machine gun. Have you guys seen this one before?
Not yet.
It's 5 foot tall. And
it's about
I
my
might
height.
drive everyone away with this sound because they're
it.
just like sort of
New
just listening
ringtone.
to the strings.
Clip this.
Did I share? I don't know. I always need to make sure that I share my sound.
Yeah, you got to do that. Oh, please.
There you go.
Is that a living bird?
Wow.
Is that a living bird?
Yeah, it's real. It's a real bird that makes that sound.
That is
Crazy.
the most terrifying head skull I have ever seen in my entire life.
Right? It kind of looks like a dinosaur, right?
No.
Bill.
If that's what dinosaurs look like, then yeah, terrifying.
With feathers.
Must go faster. I would kill that. I wouldn't even eat it. That is, if I were playing Doom, I would shoot it in the face and move on.
There it is.
That is terrifying. You are a monster. I don't know how you get laid.
Look here it is.
That is horrifying.
Wow. I've never seen that before.
That is crazy, Jill. You have blown my mind. This is amazing. So anyway.
It's a real bird. Sounds like a gun.
Yeah. And don't let it into your courtyard.
It's not the only bird that does some stuff like that. Remember this? Ever heard of a what?
No, after you, please. I've never heard of a.
I'm sorry. Ever heard of a lyrebird?
No, tell me.
Basically, a lyrebird is this bird from I think it's from the tropics or something. It's like some. Yeah, I think it's like they call it one of the birds of paradise or something. And basically, this bird can imitate all kinds of sounds. You can imitate just about imitate the sound of just about any piece of human technology it hears. It's a really interesting bird. It's a very pretty bird as well. Because I've seen that bird also bows to people. I've seen videos.
Hello to Cardinal Sin. Welcome, sir. Looking forward to the midnight to midnight this evening. That'll be 1 a.m. Eastern, but midnight Central. What does this bird do? Does it like sting you? I feel like you're showing me birds that end up being Spider-Man.
No, but do you think I could share David Attenborough, or will the BBC say no?
You know my thoughts on the BBC.
Attenborough's
Yeah,
Attenborough's
earlier.
Attenborough's been in a lot of stuff, Jill, and if it's something from the BBC, that's a definite no.
No. Ah, but it's David Attenborough. Oh my goodness.
I know. He's a great.
What if you just play the video and mute it, and then I'll talk over it?
But I want to see it. I love David Attenborough.
It's amazing. The guy, I think the guy's in his 90s now, and he's still giving that incredible voice of his to wildlife and
Can
all
you do a
sorts of
David
documentaries.
Attenborough impression?
Me to Attenborough.
Yeah, can you?
I'm not sure.
If you
I'll
just
see if
say
I'll try to skip through it and see what happens.
Hello, I'm David Attenborough, and I am wandering through Endor. There is a bird over there. It
What?
looks like a
Look, it
pheasant.
has captions. I can read it. What
There,
bird
you
has the
read it.
most elaborate, the most complex? I guess there are a lot of contenders, but this bird must be one of them. The superb lyrebird of South Australia. Oh, it's from Australia.
Oh, it's from Australia. My mistake.
Oh. What kind of violence does it do?
He clears a space in the forest.
That's crazy. Pause it. Look at where the wings are. Like, I didn't think it would go that far down the lower back. Is it kind of like a peacock?
Yeah, it's like a peacock to persuade
it
females
fly?
to come close and admire his plumes.
Can it fly?
I don't know, but it can copy songs of other birds, like the kookaburra.
Like a bird that can't fly is just a dinosaur. I always thought that those were monkey sounds.
It can imitate the
No,
calls of
actually
20
no.
different species.
That's that particular sound you always hear you might hear in like in a cartoon, like say in a wilderness setting, like the jungle or the desert or something like that. It's always a cook. It's the laugh of the sound of a kookaburra. It's not a monkey.
It's still a phantom sound to me. I don't attribute it to any animal, bird or mammal, because I never really heard it when I was in Australia. I was rather disappointed.
It says nature will send you a copyright strike.
Hello. Is this anti-derivative Jill? This is nature calling. We have some questions. About
20 different species.
Your unauthorized use of these noises.
He also, in his attempt to outsing
Ham sound. Get a more frightening bird. You started off with like a monster from a. Oh wow!
No, it's imitating a car alarm.
Wait, hang on a second. Look at how ugly that bird is. It looks like a turtle, but a fleshy turtle.
It's got those huge tail feathers.
Oh my goodness! Now
Like,
it says now it's going to copy a chainsaw.
Oh good.
Oh yeah, I've seen this.
But why would it do it at that moment?
I don't know. The video probably explains, but I don't want to get claimed, so I didn't get any explanation.
I think it's more of an exploration of what those animals can do as opposed to why they would react to the observation of humans. Like that bird would know that the camera crew is near.
Speaking of copyright claims, I discovered that my last stream, which was my stream of Gary's Mod, actually for some reason it actually had a copyright claim on it.
Weird.
Was it music?
I have no idea why, because no, there was no I didn't play any music in it at all. The whole thing is just me. It's just me playing the game and showing off the the different versions of the TARDIS add-on. Seriously. I think the only possible thing I can think of that might get claimed is is just the dematerialization and materialization sound of the TARDIS. That's about it.
Well, if you got a notification for
but
it, it should tell you
I mean,
when in the video.
but here's the funny thing.
It usually does.
It says it's claimed, but it's not blocked anywhere.
No,
everyone can still see it.
But it's sort of a I don't know, gutter in a bowling alley kind of thing. It's like you didn't do it. Like you can't monetize this. If you're planning on monetizing this, you can't.
I don't.
But your channel, and I'm not his version. You're not monetized.
I'm far from monetized.
Sure. But that's not, so they're just saying that if there is any money to be made by that video at any point in time, it ain't gonna be yours.
Well, fine then. I guess. Well, like I said, again, I'm not monetized. I'm not able to be monetized right now. I'm not sure. And even if I did get monetized, I'm not sure if that. Well, if it's just that alone, I can't do anything with, then fine. I don't care.
Well, usually you can see details in your YouTube studio, and it'll tell you precisely the timestamps of where the copyright claim is taking place, and you can see that part and determine what it is.
And it took me so long to finally go into YouTube Studio and check out those notifications. And I was just like, all right, neat. But yeah, you get to find out.
Neat.
God. I can hear my...
and Tiki Doom says that big scary bird can also bow to people. I hear myself in the background. Like I hear an echo.
It's on your end because you sound tickety-boo to me.
I remember that one of the times I went to Australia. I think we went to this.
It's not
we went to this wildlife place or wilderness place or something, and I'm pretty sure, I think we may have seen a wild rhea or a wild emu crossing the road.
Hang on, just one. Dalek,
not sure.
Just give me one second.
Not sure what it was, but it was a very big bird.
I just had to. I'm doing a science experiment, and I apologize. I'm bringing Dalek back now.
Why did you do that?
I have a very specific reason, and if you want to hear about behind the curtain, here's the reason. I've been on a couple of streams with my incredibly talented co-host, Kat from the Phantasmagorium, and from time to time, there is an echo that happens. And it just happens through whatever. I don't even know what the issue is. But if you mute the person that you think that echo is coming from, then that may resolve the issue. And so that is why I muted you. It was completely technical. It was not personal. I couldn't warn you. It's like trying to scare a person out of hiccups. Jill, can you still hear an echo?
Yeah, I can still hear it.
It didn't work, Dalek, is what I'm saying.
I can't hear it. I can't hear a thing. I don't hear anything.
I'm still good too, but I was trying to help Jill.
Okay, well then, if only I can hear it, then it doesn't matter.
Well, it matters. I want you to enjoy your show.
It's fine. I just didn't want it to be live. Well,
no, I can't hear it. I can't hear it live. Let me double check.
So I can't hear it anymore. It's gone now. So
okay, well that's totes wicked.
It's okay.
Okay, I checked the YouTube link and everything sounds fine.
Oh, Herc 130 can't hear it. It's very faint, so it's not that bothersome.
Yeah.
I guess it sounds like only you can hear it, Jill. Not the rest of us can't hear it.
Oh, good.
It's the ghost of Christmas future. Ooh.
That was a good but silly episode.
Oh, it made my heart swell.
Oh no, I enjoyed it too. You were there for that, Dalek. That was really cool.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad episode. I mean, I definitely liked the ending of it.
Mhm.
Especially that. I mean, that part. I mean, come on. I mean, just the part where when they see the star, and you hear, and then you hear, it starts playing Silent Night, and then it's like Sam's like, you well, great, glad you putting the star up there. And I didn't. I was like, I didn't put the star up there.
I did like that, but it's also an indication that this is a television show for a good Christian audience.
Oh, you know what? Okay.
What?
I want you to give me a very brief review of iMud since you missed out. Since I missed out yours.
Oh, Norman!
If there's one thing I'm worried about anyone hearing, it's my brother downstairs bellowing his lungs out.
No, I can't.
Is he singing?
That.
I can't hear it either.
No, he's not singing. He's just shouting ridiculously loud.
That's what my neighbors say.
Like he always does.
That's what
you
they
do
say
that?
as well.
You shout ridiculously loud?
Well, you make me want to shout. Throw my hands up and shout. iMud. So I'm not going to do the full recap, but I am going to do Cole's notes, Cliff notes. Pardon me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to.
So Norman shows up. He's a member of the Enterprise crew. We don't know how he got there, but fine. He's a robot, and he takes over the Enterprise. That was cool. It was interesting to see a robot take it over. And then we find out that Norman is in control of a planet of androids. Robots? Androids? Jill, are they robots or are they androids? Dalek?
Androids.
Androids.
Absolutely androids.
But no emotional responses.
The Enterprise gets taken over way too easily, way too often.
This is
like. And this was just by one android too.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I'm willing to accept. Look, Data took over the Enterprise.
Yeah, paving the way for Data. Definitely.
Well, Data's a different story because he's Data.
Well, but also Data is an evolution of android technology, just based on the fact that Norman needed an entire world of artificial intelligence. Like he needed a network. He is a community. He's a colony creature.
Data didn't just.
Well,
Data
he's not he's a hive mind.
He's a hive mind. But Norman is in charge.
Yeah, and Data's just one android. I get it.
I thought that this entire premise of the episode was absolutely fascinating until I knew that Harry Mudd was going to show up. And though I love the performance of Harry Mudd in this episode, I think that it is entertaining. I like turning Harry Mudd into a clown. He was at least somewhat of a force to be reckoned with as a pirate. In this one, he's a prisoner. I know, but the characterization, he's a bit of a cartoon. He's like Yosemite Sam. And because of the mustache.
But you thought you were able to take control of the Enterprise and run off with a bunch of android females as your crewmates. Wouldn't you think that was a good way to go? That's what he's sacrificed.
No, but he even says to Kirk, I've become a prisoner. I got bored and I have to get off this planet. These androids want to get off this planet. They want to go out into the universe. And I needed someone. I knew you were around. So I told Norman about you, and Norman went to get you. And he's basically just roped the Enterprise to the planet to be captured by the superior android race. The rest of the episode, how they get out of it. Like, I'm already not happy that Harry Mudd is here because I think I don't know. Why do I want to like Harry Mudd?
He's an antagonist.
Do you like Harry Mudd?
I think he's fine, especially in this episode. I love any episode where you get to have the antagonist being forced to work with the crew because eventually he learns that he cannot go gallivanting off into the sunset with the Enterprise because the androids want to keep him imprisoned.
I want to go punch my brother to shut him up.
Well, if you do that, please make sure it's on camera.
Oh, yeah, that would be an amazing face reveal. You beating up your brother.
Fight Night Friday, face reveal. Only on Anti-Derivative Jill. Don't forget to subscribe and like.
Ding, ding.
Ding, ding. Ring that bell. So anyway, long story short, we find out that Harry Mudd is actually a prisoner as well. They have no intentions of letting Harry or the rest of the Enterprise
have a
crew
spin-off series.
Do you think, was this supposed to be a spin-off?
Somebody, yeah, Walter Koenig said that it was supposed to be Mudd's.
You serious? They were gonna give. You serious? They were gonna give him. They were gonna give Mudd of all characters a spin-off series.
Yeah, but Gene Roddenberry said, "I don't have time for it."
Roger C. Carmel was supposed to come back in the third season and couldn't because of scheduling conflicts. And he was contracted or discussed as being, probably not contracted, in being season 4 of Star Trek had it gone that far. So Harry Mudd was a long-running welcome addition to any Star Trek. And watching Mudd, I don't like Harry Mudd. And I don't like the interaction. I don't like this episode. I give this like a C. And it's weird because it's like it's an all hands on deck. Like we get the main 7.
Yeah, I agree.
I was curious what your opinion of this episode was. Thank you.
So it's fun. It just gets too silly. It just gets too silly.
I think that there's a bunch of logic in the illogic of how they confusing artificial intelligence is another one of the things I love, and that Kirk does. And in this case, the crew get to join in on it, and I think that's fun.
I think that a lot of people get the takeaway of this is that being more clever than logic is the way to get out of things.
To have the capability to understand logic enough in order to confuse that which takes logic way too seriously.
Yeah. And
Spock is great at it.
Spock is great as being the antithesis of logic.
Yeah, because he understands it perfectly and he can turn it on its head.
And I just think that the silliness... I don't know. It breaks it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but her gets to slap somebody.
Yeah, I don't like this. I don't really like this episode either.
Like I like the aesthetics of it. I think that this is an episode that I would much prefer if I played it on mute and then listened to an album.
We just did that right now.
Yeah. No, but I want to listen to music. I don't want to talk. I want to like vacuum and watch Chekhov dance to Better Than Ezra. I want to see some Ramones with a beep 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 beep. Don't you guys have?
All right. Well, I gave this episode a B, so you taking it down to a C. It really doesn't bother me when people do that because there were some logical inconsistencies, like how the ship was empty and how did they get back to the ship and stuff like that.
It's too silly.
I don't think it's too silly, but I respect your opinion. I think it's just silly enough.
Jill?
I think it's the perfect amount of silly.
You know what? I think that we should do it right now. We've been having some problems between you and I for the last couple of weeks, and I think it's about time that we parted ways. And you know why? I'm going to tweet this right now. Jill and I are no longer friends. Why? Because of Mudd.
Well, you weren't really here for the actual review, so you didn't get to hear all of my reasoning for enjoying the episode.
Well, I'll have to listen to that, and then I'll
Yeah.
get back to you.
There we go. I just wanted your opinion. I didn't want to restate mine. If you want to hear mine, go watch that review of iMud.
Absolutely. What's next week for the original series episodes?
Well, like you said, they couldn't get Carmel back, and for I still hear an echo. I guess it's just me, so I gotta just ignore it. They couldn't get Carmel back for the Trouble with Tribbles, so they created a new character, Cyrano Jones. So Trouble with Tribbles.
That one's gonna. That's the next step. That's the next episode. What you're covering next, Jill? Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah,
I'll be right back, and
that is-
we can wrap up the show. It's 4:00. I'll be back in a moment, though.
Okay.
Gotta say, trouble with Tribbles. Well, that episode is silly too, but it's a different kind of silly, which makes it good.
Yes. I don't. I feel like such a scallywag saying that I'm not a big fan of Harry Mudd. Harry Mudd is a staple of the original series. I still prefer Trelane. I don't know. I gotta find the stars. Where Jill? Okay, yeah, no echo out here. Cardinal Sin says, "Woo!" Just like Nature Boy. Edge of Time says, "Mudd did nothing wrong." Yeah. No, I think he did. Edge of Time says, "Let's Plomeek again, like we did last summer."
Like we did last summer.
Let's Plomeek again, like we did last. Cardinal Sin says, Data can put Hexadyne Michael lockouts on the Enterprise. Hexadyne Michael lockouts on that. Yeah, he probably could. No argument. Oh, hexadecimal lockouts on the Enterprise.
Right.
True, but I think that Norman was capable of that. Like, didn't he go? He was working with knobs and tubes and buttons, and he took over the Enterprise through the auxiliary control. Like, good work, Norman. Canadian Spider-Man is here. Hello, you handsome devil. Hey, you were still live. Hello and good afternoon, Antiderivative Jill, Dalek 451, and Scotty.
Great to see you, Spidey.
Cheers. With a good day to Cardinal Sin.
Oh yeah, hello Spidey. You're just in time for us to close out the show and send everybody over to Bird of Prey 5's Bed Life.
He does know how to clear a room.
Which is ongoing, and everybody can go check out Bird of Prey 5. In just a little bit. Oh, that's a lot better. Okay.
Franco says, I like Harry Mudd.
A lovable rogue. It was just hurting my ears too much.
It wasn't coming from me, was it?
It is. It absolutely is.
Oh no.
Do you have your headphones on?
I'm so sorry. Yes.
You do.
I always do.
Okay. I don't know what it is then. I don't know how it's happening, but it is you.
I'm
smell.
I'm sorry too.
Wait a minute.
But the only good thing is only I can hear it.
Wait a minute. What if? Can you hear it now?
No one is watching anymore. This is crazy.
No, it is. It's okay. That's all right.
I'm gonna now, Jill.
Everyone left. No, that's perfect. What did you do?
I turned the volume down to my just turn the volume down to my earphones.
That's
can you
perfect.
still hear us though?
I can still hear you. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh, good. and I can no longer
Maybe
hear myself.
maybe the
which is
I don't look. Maybe the sound from the earphones was somehow being picked up by my mic, and that's what
I'm
you're
always
hearing,
afraid
Jill.
that I do that.
I kind of feel like it's that one episode of it's with the Hoosnock and the Dowd when Troy has that like mind. It's like the music box that makes her go crazy, and it's like, please make the music stop. That's what Jill's been going through with the Echo the entire time.
Yeah,
I am
for
am
sure.
so sorry, Jill.
But that's okay. No,
Good
no
tea.
problem.
Nice house.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Cardinal Sin says Data can put hexadine Michael lockouts on the Enterprise.
Hexadecimal is what he meant to say.
Oh, hexadecimal. That makes a lot more sense.
Don't you think Norman could do the same?
Well, we didn't see any evidence of it. We don't know exactly
He was
what
in
he
the
did.
auxiliary control for like
He
ever
was.
beating people up and
He
flipping
knocked.
switches.
He knocked somebody out.
It was a good time. I liked it. It was an exciting fight. I just wish the episode wasn't called I Mud. It kind of spoils the surprise that Mud was behind the whole thing. It should have been Attack of the Androids.
And Herc 130 says iMud's completely within the spirit of TOS and a fun episode. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. If I were to put this episode up shoulder to shoulder with a piece of the action, I like Piece of the Action better.
Oh yeah, okay. If you're going to rank all the comedy episodes of TOS, then yeah, this one definitely would be last.
And yeah, yes, thank you. That's my criteria. Anyway, you were saying?
Yeah, but it was fun enough for me. I was giggling in the morning that I was putting together the clips for it, but I ended up getting so many copyright claims. I'm still working out that video and clearing it up of copyright claims.
Oh, let me see. Hang on.
That's why I don't want to play any of the clips that I made.
No, I want to play clips.
Play some of them.
I am not programmed to respond in that area.
That one's okay to play. That one's quick enough.
Yeah. Well, and this is how I usually feel.
He had too much happiness, but now he's happier. He's dead.
You know what I've always wanted. You know what I always wanted to clip. You know what I always wanted to clip and use. Try and use it as a thing, as a bit of a thing on my channel.
What's that?
The scene from that episode of The Orville where Yaffa goes, "This is such bullshit."
Oh yeah, I've been meaning to clip that myself actually.
Franco Walker says, "Take care, everyone, and much love to you all, and to you, sir."
Goodbye, Franco Walker. Thanks for hanging out. Everyone prepare for 420, says Canadian Spider-Man.
It's 5:12 in my end of the woods.
That reminds me, I need to get more Delta 9.
Delta 9? The
Yeah,
Delta
it's,
rays?
What are you talking about?
It's an approximation of THC that's legal here in this place.
I heard about Delta 9. I heard about it recently. It's a THC substitute or it seems interesting.
And Cardinal Sim says, I always hated Harry Mudd when I was a kid.
Hey, I'm looking forward to talking about Harry Mudd later on, bud.
I know. If you're around, if you're still awake at midnight tonight, I wish I would have remembered this when I had 20 viewers rather than 6, but if you're still around at midnight, Cardinal Sin's going to have a midnight to midnight stream tonight, and that should be a lot of fun. Come hang out in the chat and possibly the panel. Oh,
I'm
no.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Herc 130 says, I'm actually in the emergency room with my wife waiting to see a doctor. My childhood house got the roof ripped off with my dad in it by a tornado, but we're all alive.
Good.
Holy crap. That is outrageous. I'm so sorry to hear that tragedy has occurred, but at least everybody's alive.
No,
Yeah.
but this is what Herc calls Fridays. This happens to him all the time. He's an
Really?
adventure man.
Roofs fly off his house every week.
I'm just saying, he always gets out of it, and there's nary a scratch.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I'm really glad your dad made it through that. That must have been really scary. See ya, Franco.
Made it. Everyone's alive.
Yeah, I know everyone's alive, but it's a tornado.
Well, but like if you walk out of if you roll out of a fridge that has just recently been exploded by a nuclear weapon, and then you get out of it, and then you get to behold the mushroom cloud before you. Like, are you upset at the tragedy, or are you just impressed that you survived?
I'm impressed that I survived, but I know I'm probably gonna get cancer in a couple years.
Well, whatever. Sha-na Nana, gotta live for today.
Oh, that's a good song.
It is.
Franco Walker says, antidepressive Jill always cheers me up. I think that one's already in my list. I have a list of all my different names that I've been given. And Canadian Spider-Man will be there from midnight to midnight. And
bingo! I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a party.
Yeah, Scotty and I will be there too. At least we plan on it.
Yeah.
Need a moment?
That's it. Oh, really? I thought we were ending the show. But we're not ending the show. The show goes on. The show must go on.
Someone's knocking at the door.
Knock 3 times if the window if you want me. That's right. Twice on the pipe.
Yeah, man, this is we actually have a thing. We actually have a thing. We have a thing over here in the UK, which was called something called the postcode lottery, and the adverts for that always play that song. Someone's
delightful.
What's it? That's a funny thing. Over in, do you have something like the lottery in Canada?
Oh yeah,
right. Cool.
It's provincial. It's national. Yeah, we have lotteries. Sure.
Yeah, of course you do. A lot of countries have lotteries.
Mm-hmm. I question.
We have the national lottery here.
What was the last biggest jackpot?
What for the last biggest? Well, for the lottery. I'm not. I don't.
Was it millions?
Sure. I'm not sure. I mean, it's been a long time since I kept up with it, because I used to.
Well, they usually advertise it.
I used to. At one point I took part in the lottery for a while. I actually got tickets for it. Did you know I had funny story? Did you know I actually had a win on the lottery once?
How much did you win?
I won £2,080.
That's a good win. Congratulations!
Wow,
it is a win. It is a very good
That's
win.
awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Every time I've ever bought a lottery ticket, I have had a ticket that proved that I used to have $5.
Technically, I think technically I should have won the jackpots.
Well, come on, you got $2,000 and you're looking. You sound like Veruca Salt.
Pounds, not dollars.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying. Credits.
I love you. However, I hate you.
Makes sense.
But yeah, look, here's the funny thing. That particular ticket I had you can get separate lines of numbers on your ticket over here, and I had like three or four lines of numbers on that particular ticket. I managed to match five of the numbers that came up on one row, and I matched the 6th number on another row. Which means,
Dalek, may I interrupt you for just one moment?
Yeah, Franco Walker's going to bed.
Yeah,
Good night, Franco
Jill.
Walker.
Jill does have to go.
Yeah, I
And-
do. I do.
I've grown weary of discussion and argument.
And obviously Scotty
Okay, I'm
R37
sorry, I'm
has
sorry.
to go too. And because
I'm sorry.
he's trying to be
Oh no,
whatever
I'm
about it.
fascinated.
But
This showtime is
it has gone over its expiry date. I agree. So it was great hanging out with you guys, and I'll talk to you all later. And I'll leave you with the Tribbles episode for that I will review on Tuesday.
Oh wait, Jill, did you clip the My Go Away clip?
What? Oh no, not yet.
Okay.
I still need to work on that.
I'm looking forward.
Fell asleep.
Okay.
I didn't work on it.
I want it.
So thank you so much, Dalek, for coming on and hanging out. It was cool to catch up with you.
Great pleasure. It's always great pleasure talking to you both.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you made it out and got to see the railroads and everything, and won the
pictures.
lottery. Like all this cool stuff happened to you.
Yeah, man.
Well, the lottery win that happened a few years ago. That wasn't really recent, and I gave up doing the lottery quite a while
Don't
ago.
give
as
up
well,
on
'cause
beating up your brother.
That's true.
I've
Record.
been- Right.
Okay. Happy Friday, everybody.
Yes, and to you.
Pounds are more. Spidey says pounds are more legit than the dollar now, more than ever, as I see it. And the Canadian dollar is just pathetic for obvious reasons. Well, thanks for that, Spidey.
Okay.
I like our dollar. It's
Okay.
cute. It's colored.
Bye, guys.
Green on it.
I'll talk to y'all later.
What? Okay.
See you at Friday Night Frolics, midnight to midnight, or wherever else. But right now, of course, there's Bird of Prey 5's Bed Life.
Yes.
And I will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Captain's log, stardate 4523.3. Deep Space Station K7 signals near or total disaster.
State the nature of your emergency. It's a tribble.
This morning I found out that he had babies.
They do indeed have one redeeming characteristic. What's that? They do not talk too much.
This is my chicken sandwich and coffee. I want these things off the ship. I don't care if it takes every man we've got. I want them off the ship.
I like Captain Kirk. I wish Keiko was here.
Jim, I think I've got it. All we have to do is stop feeding them. Once we stop feeding them, they stop breeding.
Woochie, woochie, coochie, coo, Captain.